Welcome to Unleashed. Today we're going to be talking about the results of the wild card weekend. Obviously, a lot to discuss, so let's go ahead and get right into it. I'm going to start off with the two most disappointing games and the two most disappointing teams for the wild card weekend. So obviously, starting off first, the Dallas Cowboys. What can I say about them? I know I picked them to lose against the Packers, but they were definitely the most disappointing team, in my opinion, going into this wild card weekend. I was definitely not expecting this game to get out of the way, especially going into the first half. It was just something that was totally unexpected. I don't think anybody really predicted this type of half going in, and it was just totally amazing what Jordan Love and the Packers did to the Cowboys defense. I felt like the Cowboys just came out totally flat. They came unprepared. It didn't seem like they were ready to play. I'm not sure if their minds were somewhere else, or I'm not sure if something else happened. But definitely, I would say the Cowboys have to be the most disappointing team coming into this game, especially where they were ranked, especially where everybody had their expectations being in, as in that they were going to reach the NFC championship game and possibly facing the San Francisco 49ers, especially since they had the number 2 seed. Everybody was hyping them up. This was their best chance to get into the NFC Championship game. They might even get to the Super Bowl, and then they all just fell flat on their faces. And for me, even though I'm not a Dallas Cowboys fan, this is extremely disappointed for any team. If I was on that team, I would be causing chaos at this point. And if I was Jerry Jones, I would fire Mike McCarthy and then figure out something to do with Dak Prescott. Because right now, I think this is totally unacceptable in my opinion. It's not what I had expectations. It's not what the Cowboys had expectations, especially losing like this and getting blown out like this. I know they made a game a little bit closer toward the end, but to be honest, it was already garbage time. Nobody was really playing that hard for the Packers. They were just trying to hurry up and go home. So I don't know what will happen. I'm not sure they're gonna fire Mike McCarthy, but definitely something to look into. I just don't see how the Cowboys can come back next year with basically the exact same team and then try and get it all over again. Obviously, in my opinion, the objective is to win a championship, not to win 12 games. Winning 12 games is great, but I'd rather win 9 games with another head coach and then take us to the Super Bowl as opposed to having Mike McCarthy giving us 12 wins and getting eliminated in the first round. So and that's just my opinion, especially with all the head coaches right now out there. I believe Jerry Jones should really look into what's currently out there and say, will this person not give us more wins or the exact same wins? Can this head coach get us to the championship? That would be my question when I'm looking back at all this. I'm not sure what's going to happen with the Mike McCarthy, like I said, but if I was Jerry Jones, I would look, can this head coach that we're going to be possibly interested in, can he get us to the point that Mike McCarthy can't, and that's the Super Bowl. It does not matter about the wins because the wins are irrelevant. We've seen a lot of 9-7 teams or 9-8 teams now with the new schedule that can get you to the Super Bowl and win it. So no longer it's about wins; it's about getting to the championship, and then especially with the playmakers that they have, there should be no excuse for that. But definitely the most disappointing team. With that being said, though, obviously Jordan Love impressed the heck out of me. I was very impressed by all the throws. Looked very Roger-esque. But I really like what I saw from the Packers. I think there will be a tall competition for the San Francisco 49ers. I don't think it'll be an easy win, but I do believe that if I was a betting man, because I think when I last checked it, that the 49ers were favored by 10.5. I would bet money that the Packers will lose by less than 10.5. So I'm taking the under on that one. I don't think San Francisco will win by more than 10. So I think it'll be closer game by somewhere between 7 and 4 point difference. But we'll see when we get to my picks later on to the week. But right now, I definitely see the Packers being a great competition against the San Francisco 49ers. So let's go ahead and get going to the second worst team, in my opinion. Second worst loss is the Philadelphia Eagles. what can I say? I know I picked them, and I know overall I had a great score of 4-2 of my picks, but I definitely expected a little bit more out of the Eagles. Just the wins that they had throughout the year, I was definitely expecting them to do a lot more, win a lot more, and then just play overall better. I know they had some players out, but I felt like you're still the former NFC champions. You should be able to at least like make it somewhat of game. But kudos to Tampa Bay and then Baker Mayfield. I know he's been getting burned and everything by everybody. It's just kudos to him for stepping it up. I know like overall record it wasn't great, but I know he definitely has played a lot better this season as compared to other seasons. And then just knocking out the Eagles. I know we saw, and I know I had my doubts going in. I still picked them. I'm not going to shy away from that. But they were the team that I felt like, okay, they can turn it around now somewhat. I'm not saying they're going to go to the NFC Championship game or to the Super Bowl, but I did feel like they could have beaten the Bucks a little bit, by a little bit. I mean, so definitely something that I was disappointed, but obviously the Bucks just play a lot better, and then I don't think the Eagles really came to play. I think they were just hoping the season to end here quickly. So not much to say there. Like I said, we all kind of saw it coming, but still, in my opinion, still overly disappointing on how they crashed and burned. Really unexpectedly, nobody expected that. But again, kudos to the Bucks and Baker Mayfield. That I think they'll make it a good game into to the next one. But okay, let's go ahead and go to the next game. The one that really impressed me the most, to be honest, was the Texans. I was saying outside of Jordan Love, I definitely feel like C.J. Stroud had the better weekend this weekend. I think he was going against much tougher competition, in my opinion, in regards to the defense of the Browns, and it was incredible, to be honest. It's something I was totally unexpected. I know the Browns have allowed the lowest points per game on defense, so I was not expecting the Texans to beat them 45-14. Obviously, I was not expecting Joel Flacco to play like an old Joel Flacco, but I kind of had a feeling. I was like, he has played too good, too well over the last few days. I felt like the defense could have held CJ Stroud down more. That's why I initially picked him, and that was where my other loss was us. But CJ Stroud, man, I think if he continues to play like this, he will end up being one of the top 2, 3 quarterbacks in the league coming soon. Obviously, we don't know what's going to be with Joe Burrow, and then obviously Lamar Jackson, and then Josh Allen, and obviously Brock Purdy too. Let's just see how the playoffs and then what happens at the Super Bowl. But still a lot of questions to be asked for everybody. But so far this season, CJ Stroud has played incredible. Obviously, everybody on that team, everybody was not expecting to reach the playoffs or even win their division, I'd say. But and I didn't for sure. But they have impressed me overly a lot this year. So they're going to continue to make noise. Like I said, gotta be careful for next round and see what happens with them. But definitely something I look forward to. Seeing how CJ Stroud continues to grow and see where he can take the Texans this year. I'll definitely be watching every game moving forward. All right, so let's go. Let's go ahead and talk about the Bills and the Steelers. So this game, I'll say Josh Allen definitely played great. This is the type of Josh Allen that I feel like we need to see a little bit more. And then I think this is the type of Josh Allen we need to see, and these are the playmakers that we need to see against the Chiefs. So they're gonna have any chance of winning this game. They have suffered obviously a lot of losses on the defensive side, but if Josh Allen continues to play like this, definitely something that they can win. And then they have to play better and obviously try to get no more injuries. I am really worried about the injuries that they have on their defense, but obviously it's something that offense needs to do and continue to do better, and then continue to score and not settle for field goals and then start scoring touchdowns, especially against a team like the Chiefs. You gotta look forward to. For the Steelers, they have no quarterback. I know Mike Tomlin was reported that he's probably going to be staying with Pittsburgh, but we'll see how that ends up. Obviously, the quarterbacks that they have right now are not the answer. So they need to figure out, do they need to go get a veteran quarterback that can help them? Maybe a Russell Wilson. Can he be the leader or be the quarterback of the Pittsburgh Steelers that can lead them over this and take them at least to an AFC championship game? That's the all questions. They're definitely in a tough division in the AFC North. So it's definitely something that they need to evaluate and see what they want to do, because right now the quarterbacks that they have definitely not going to get them anywhere at this point. So I don't know. I'm not sure what's going to happen with the Steelers at this moment, but I know that right now what they need to focus on is getting a quarterback, and then a pretty damn good quarterback, because that's all what they're really need. I think they have great playmakers, great defense. That's where the focus needs to be this offseason, and figure out, is there a quarterback in the NFL draft that can help them get them to where they want to be, or is there a veteran quarterback that's available that can help get them to a new level? Because right now, based on the quarterbacks that they have and have had, they need to focus on that priority at the moment. And then the Chiefs game, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I didn't watch that game. I was not gonna pay no $5.99 for no Peacock service, so I ain't gonna mention that. I had the Chiefs winning that game. I knew the Dolphins were gonna choke, so I'm not even gonna go into any details of it. I didn't see any of it at all, but again, I'm not surprised. I had the Chiefs winning that game, and they won it convincingly, in my opinion. But again, I think the NFL needs to do better, because even if I was a Chiefs fan, I would still not pay $5.99 for that service. So I'm sorry. I tried viewing to see what else they had they can pay for $5.99, but I didn't see anything worth it in my opinion there. I already have other services, so I'm sorry, NFL. I'm not gonna pay $5.99 to watch a blowout win by the Chiefs against the mediocre Dolphins that got lucky and won 11 games. So I'm sorry, I'm not gonna do that. So that's that. So let's go ahead and go to the most exciting thing, a game that I had for this wild card weekend. Obviously, I had the Lions winning. I know a lot of people picked the Rams. I didn't. I felt like overall the team was better with the Lions. Yes, the Rams had played great over the last few weeks, but it was a lot closer than what I anticipated. I was looking at 3 points and they won by 1 point. So obviously, it was an amazing game. I did watch this one. It was not on Peacock, so I can definitely watch this one. But yeah, I think everybody played great. Puka, definitely he's going to be a great wide receiver coming up to next season. He's definitely, I believe, already in the top 10. I'll definitely be doing my rankings once the season ends and see where everybody falls in regards to the top quarterbacks and the entire wide receivers, the top pass rushers, and the top corners. So we'll see how everything shapes up there. But I do believe, for as of right now, Puka will definitely be in the top 10. It's hard for me to find 10 other wide receivers that played better than him last season. So we'll definitely be discussing that later. But like I said again, this game was very close. It was very exciting. I loved watching it. Obviously, the Lions won. Again, my pick. But we'll see. The Lions seem to be a great opponent against any team. So I do believe they will be a tough matchup for anybody. So obviously they'll be playing the Bucks. So it'll be tough competition moving forward, as well as whoever they play, or if they advance, whoever they play. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, that's my reaction for the games that happen on the wild card weekend. We'll see how it goes into the divisional round. Obviously, I will be dropping that video on my divisional round picks. Hopefully, I'll go better than 4-4-2. I believe there's 4 games, so hopefully I can go 4-4-4. So I'm looking forward to it. But let me know what you guys think. Let me know if I missed anything. Go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. I'll definitely be posting more videos. Like I said here, I'll be posting one on Thursday to go over my picks for the divisional round. So stay tuned for that video, and thank you all for listening. I'll catch you all in the next one.